Welcome back to Access Anime. I'm Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Btooom episode 4. Now, if you remember from last episode, we got a little more background on Sakamoto. We also know he's now teamed up with Tier, and Tier helps Sakamoto fill in the gaps of how he wound up on the island. Now, we also find out what the rules of the game of this island are. They're not exactly like Btooom, obviously this is real life, but you have to have 8 crystals to get off the island. And the only way you can get a crystal out of someone is if you kill them, or if they're already dead. Now, we also find out that we see cargo planes in the last episode, and the main character, Sakamoto, is with Tier, so they've made a pact, and they're heading to the first drop point where they saw supplies. Now, we are introduced to another character called Oda. Now, Oda sets up a trap just before Sakamoto gets there. And we see a girl by the name of Masako. She goes straight for the supplies, but she steps on a mine, and it's like right underneath her, and she dies instantly. Now Oda, we don't know a lot about this guy, but he set up a trap, so his bombs are the timers. They're just, like a mine bomb, so they're not really timers, but you just put them in the ground and you set them. And he takes the supplies from Masako and her crystal and, goes on his merry way. Now we're taken to the main character and Tier. They're going to go to the other location to find more supplies, so there was another drop point. And that's where the episode ended last time, so that's where we were at. Now, in this episode, a lot's happened, but before I go any further, again, I'll keep my comment and my rating at the end of this clip, so stay tuned, but let's dive right in. We open up this episode, we see police, we're in a city, it's like another flashback of another character, and basically, the police have caught this kid. His name is Kosuke, he's 14, he's in jail now, he's like in an interrogation room. And he's 14 years old, and apparently he's being held for a lot of different things. He's a runaway, his father was abusive, he was a pickpocket, also larceny, and this is where it gets even more crazy. He killed people, and the people he killed, these girls, he killed 3 women, he killed them, then raped them. This kid's got a lot of problems. And what makes it even more interesting is his father. Apparently there was a lawyer by the name of Natsume Souchi. We hear that name by the police officer saying this kid has a lawyer, and apparently this lawyer got his father to agree to represent him. So his father and his lawyer, you see him like a little scene with them together, and apparently they're going to get him out of jail with a psych evaluation. And apparently in this particular country, you can't process minors, so even if you killed someone, he's still not going to stay in jail for the full amount of the maximum. He's going to get out early. So that's where we were left off in the opening. So we already have a psychotic kid, and that was at the beginning of the episode. But let's dive right in. It gets even better. Oh, it gets better. You see this kid, Kosuke. This is on day 2 of the island, and he's just killing all these frogs. You see him like with a spear, just killing all these frogs. It's like disgusting. And then you see his lawyer, Natsume, he's on the island, so this gets interesting, and he's like explaining to him, he's like in shock, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe you did this. Now Kosuke has no problem talking down to Natsume because it's not his father, he's just the lawyer in general. And as soon as Natsume starts talking about Kosuke's dad, he's quiet. Now, while all this is going on, this is where the cargo planes have already passed. They notice the supplies that are falling, and they head for the supplies. But, they're not alone. Apparently, Kosuke's dad, Yoshia, I think his name is pronounced Yoshihisa. I'm just going to call him Yoshihisa, I guess. I'll just pronounce as best I can. He's this big guy, so intimidating. I mean, wow, I can't believe that's his dad. But anyways, there's 3 of them in front of a tree. They see the cargo plane. They drop the supplies. They land in the tree. So they're actually stuck there. And instead of, all of them working together to get the supplies, Kosuke's dad tells him, well, you've got those special bombs. Why don't you just, give me them? And they try activating his bomb. First, his dad, then I guess the lawyer. None of them can activate the bomb. So Kosuke's bombs he has, they're implosion type, and they're only activated by his hand, so that's kind of unique. So he sets the bomb and it explodes. It's got a unique explosion. I mean, unique. It's like sucks air in, and it's called a implosion type bomb, so it's unique. And again, the tree just falls down, and they get the supplies. Now, Kosuke's dad, he takes the supplies and says, I'm gonna take the supplies, we're just gonna go here. And you know, because my son, you know, got the supplies, that makes them mine. And the lawyer's like, wait, no, let's split them up evenly. And then, you know, Kosuke's dad just totally lost, like, this is only for the strong, and you know, you gotta listen to me. This guy is really bad news. We already off the top of the, as soon as you see this guy, he's bad news, plain and simple. And this lawyer, he's a nice guy. He's a lawyer. I mean, usually lawyers aren't that nice. He's a nice guy, though. He's trying to look out for this kid, his best interest. But this kid, he's psychotic. But anyways, I digress. You see, it's the WTF moment that's about to occur in this episode. Apparently, this kid has had enough of his father pushing him around. And all of a sudden, he says something underneath his breath, and his dad hears him as they're walking away. He's like, what was that? Now again, I told you, his dad's an abusive person. And out of nowhere, this is the WTF thing that pops out of nowhere. It's the what the moment. His dad, his abusive dad, grabs Yosuke by the groin. I was like, what the? I think he was trying to teach the kid a lesson. And this kid has like a flashback of how his dad was abusive and whatnot. And you see him playing on the Xbox 360. His dad comes in. Apparently the kid did 40-something hours worth of non-stop video game playing. And his dad came in and said, you're supposed to be in school. And then he beat the crap out of him or something. And the kid just snapped. I mean snapped. He had his bomb already out. It was on his dad's shirt. His dad trying to take his shirt off because the bomb's like stuck on him. His dad dies instantly. And I did not see this coming. And I wanted to see more. I don't know what came over me. I was like, this kid's already psychotic, but you know, he gets this from his father, and he's like, back and forth. It's like a mess. Now the lawyer, he just loses it. He's like, oh my god, I can't take this anymore. You're a monster. And this kid like keeps rambling on about something. He's like, I thought you were gonna protect me, you know, be there for me. And that's when the lawyer just, he runs. He's gone. So now, Natsume, which is the lawyer, he's out of the picture now. He's alive, but he's gone. And now this is interesting. You see Yosuke raiding his dad's bomb, takes his supplies. So now Kosuke, he has all the supplies, the bombs he's got, and but not the crystal. The kid doesn't have the crystal. He didn't take the crystal from the dad's arm, out of the hand, so it's still there. But he has the supplies, the extra bombs, and apparently Kosuke's dad has cracker bombs, the ones that explode on impact instantly. So now you have two type of bombs. Now this is interesting. At the same time, now we're introduced to Sakamoto and Tira. Tira, and they just come straight into the picture because this is where they saw the supply plane drop the supplies. It's like a stunned moment. You see you see Sakamoto looking at the bodies, like looks at the kid. He's like, wait, I didn't hear any bombs. No, I didn't hear anything go off. Did this kid like kill this person like in cold blood? It was just like, you know, they're looking at each other, and all of a sudden, you know, Kosuke says something, and he actually wants to kill these people. It's like, it's either kill or be killed. And this is what's interesting. Sakamoto and Tierra run. And this kid is getting off on this. I mean, Kosuke, he's like, he thinks this is fun and games, he's gonna murder him. I was like, ooh, this just got interesting. And apparently, we find out that Kosuke, he's actually an actual Btooom player. He's a 3-star level ranked, where Sakamoto, he's ranked a 4-star, so he's a 1 above. This is kind of interesting. Got 2 professional Btooom players now. But anyways, I digress. I'm sorry. Let's go back to what I was talking about. You see this kid chasing after him, and out of nowhere, Tier falls down, hurts his leg. He can't run, can't move. It's too late. So he basically tells Sakamoto, go on ahead, just leave me. I thought this would be a good chance for this little guy, Tier, to do something stupid, to do one of those little flip switches, become the bad guy. No, this guy is honest to goodness right now. He's a good person. And Sakamoto says, I want you to hide over there. Don't move. Don't do anything like that. I'm gonna hopefully draw him out over here, and then I'll come back to you later on. And that's what he does. Now we also find out those sonars, those little crystals in your left hand, if you don't move, you can't be detected. So you're safe if you don't move. That's why he wasn't able to detect Himiko in the last episode, because she wasn't moving, where Tier was moving. But anyways, we have Kosuke chasing after Sakamoto. This is kind of interesting. And this kid's having fun with Sakamoto. Sakamoto's like, he's not in the game, he's getting his butt handed to him. And this kid, Kosuke, he keeps using his sonar. That crystal in his left hand, he keeps using it to ping his location of Sakamoto. Every single time he couldn't find Sakamoto, he uses sonar. And eventually he catches up to Sakamoto real quick and laughs at him. It's like, you're a noob or something, you know. He starts imitating his father, becoming abusive, saying exactly like his father was saying. He's like, but this is getting good. He's all over. And then eventually he gets Sakamoto. Sakamoto's down for the count. He's bleeding. Now I thought it was his eye, but no, it was his head. And something cracked. Something broke inside of Sakamoto. He just broke. He started listening to what Kosuke was saying, that you have to treat life like a video game in order to keep moving. It's like, he just snapped. He said he could see himself playing a game. Like, you see Sakamoto, and then you see like a controller, and he thinks he's inside of the Btooom game. He's like, he's lost it. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna kill this little kid. He goes straight after him. Now at this point in time, Kosuke now knows all the bombs that Sakamoto has, but he doesn't know the location. Now this is what's interesting. He finally pinpoints Sakamoto and throws his special little implosion type right at him. This was a cool, the most amazing part I've ever seen Sakamoto do. He has an empty bag on him that looks like it's where his bombs used to be, but it's an empty bag. He holds it up just to block the implosion, and the kid's like, Kosuke's laughing like, yeah, that's not going to stop it. Then just flings it up in the air and explodes. And he's like, whoa, you didn't have bombs in that one? And before you know it, Sakamoto's gone. He's like running around, and you would assume Kosuke would know where he's at because he could use his sonar. Oh no. It gets even better. Sakamoto, he's canceling out Kosuke's radar. He's a pro. I mean, Kosuke has no idea what's happening. He's like baffled. It's like, this can't be happening. Just a few minutes ago you were like crappy as hell, now you're a pro? He's like, he thought he had him figured out because he figured, well, we're both Btooom players, this is going to be fun. No. And you have Sakamoto pretty much setting up all these traps. Oh, it's just freaking amazing. He turns around, he finally has the kid cornered, throws his grenade, and it looks like he is dead. This is what we were assuming. You see this? It looks like the kid is dead. The bomb went off right in his face. No, we do a cutscene. We see Himiko looking down from a mountaintop because she hears something. So we actually see Himiko for like a brief few seconds, and then we go back to the cutscene. And then apparently Sakamoto snaps yet again. Now he's back to his normal stuff. He's like, I can't believe I almost killed this kid. He sees this kid's body on the ground, and it looks like he's half dead. It's just crazy. Now while all this was happening, Tier, who had his broken leg, he found Kosuke's dad, the one that's already dead. He takes the crystal from his dad's hand, and now he has a crystal. So now all Tier needs are 5 more crystals to get off the island. Now we don't know exactly what kind of condition Kosuke's at or where that lawyer is at. Forget his name already. Natsume. We don't know where he's at. So this is interesting. But again, that's where we end this episode. So we don't know if Kosuke is alive or dead, but I'm assuming he's alive because Sakamoto was very stunned about his actions and didn't look like Kosuke was fully dead, just slightly passed out. That's kind of where we're at. Now, final thoughts. What bombs do they have now? And how many crystals did Kosuke originally have? Do you just have what he had on his hand? We don't really know. And is Sakamoto going to kill him and take his crystal? We don't know either. But we do know Sakamoto knows how to use his sonar, knows to cancel out, knows to stop, to hide his position, so he's learning pretty quick. Originally he was a Btooom high-ranking member, so he's pretty efficient. Now, Tier we know nothing really about, other than he was in real estate, but he acts slightly professional, but he's a good person right now. He keeps saying, I hope Sakamoto's okay, even when he was taking the crystal from Kosuke's dead dad. He's always saying, I wonder if Sakamoto's okay. So he's looking out for Sakamoto in a different way. Now, we know nothing about Himiko right now, or what her true intentions are, other than she was in this episode for a few seconds. So that's where we're at. I also want to know more about Oda. We know nothing about Oda. We don't know where he's at. All we know is he sets traps up by the supply areas. That's about it. But that is it for my final thoughts. Not a lot there. Now for ratings, what am I gonna rate this? I was wowed, like a weird wow. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5, and I usually never give a 4.5 out of 5. But the blood and gore that I got to see in this episode was worth it. I'm hooked. You can see that. 4.5 out of 5. Most definitely. So, 4.5 out of 5. Comment down below. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Subscribe above. Definitely comment. Check me out on Twitter. Follow me if you want. It's up to you. But that ends it for my walkthrough and review of Btooom Episode 4. Before I go, I have to say it. Can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.